It's not about spaceships.
The Duel of the Fates. The Duel of the Fates.
It's not about spaceships.
I'm all by myself.
Sorry, I thought it would be
Hey!
funny. I thought it would be funny.
Sketchcraft's gonna knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out.
I was like, how long will he just sit with the cup to his mouth if no one else shows up?
I'll do that for an hour, man. You know what I mean? I time that. That's my thing.
All right.
That's my fetch.
Speaking about LL Cool J, so I was working at a hotel in Fresno when I was young in high school, and one night I was cleaning up in the back, and it was really late, and a guy came back and he said, "Hey, you got to come back with me to this banquet area." And I said, "Sure, we'll go back there and hear this rap music." And LL Cool J was in town to play a concert the next day, but I opened the door and it was Deion Sanders practicing his rap album. He just released a rap album, and he was touring with LL Cool J opening up for him.
If Macho Man had walked in, that would be my heaven. Like that would be where when I die, I want to go there with Deion Sanders, Macho Man, and LL Cool J.
I'm Hulk Hogan, and I'm here. I'm Macho Man, and I want to be on Hulk Hogan's new album, Hulkster in Heaven.
Listen, little Making Star Wars maniacs. Listen, brother, when the Making Star Wars maniacs.
Great American.
Star Wars.
Sound good, brother.
Yeah, that'll be our new call sign. Hey, Star Wars maniacs. And then we'll practice chaos magic.
Anyways, brother.
Yeah. So, Star Wars Only had a pretty cool scoop. I did a little video on it that you can check out if you want to just see me only hit that. But it was essentially saying that Mando season 3 is the final season of the show.
What?
Right? Yeah, it's true.
Gosh, you know,
I mean, at least they say it's true. I think it's probably true.
99% of all shows hit their peak around season 3 or 4. So that tracks with me, you know?
Well, I was talking to a friend on Twitter, and he was like, dude, shows don't need 5 seasons. And I was like, yeah, if it's not like an ensemble cast where every character has their own episodes and stuff, if it's just like a main character based show, 3 seasons will probably take care of it. But the question is if you do 3 seasons, can you become famous? Because this person will let us buy followers and make us famous.
Oh man, how much is it?
Oh, dude,
Man, all I gotta do is give Jason's firstborn. Done.
Just have to give him my credit card information and
plastic bottles and cans I can go turn in.
Nothing bad will happen.
What do you think paid for all this? You know.
Oh yeah, this morning. By the way, I also talked about it with Santa on Star Wars Santa's show. So check that out if you guys haven't watched it. Yeah, and he has a pretty good thesis there on the courtship of Eddie's father or Grogu's father, and I'm all about it.
I think it should be 3 seasons in a movie. That's how you get famous, right? 3 seasons and then a big 2.5 hour film,
3 seasons, a movie, a rap album, and a lunchbox.
Well,
sort of a legacy in a way, I guess. Yeah.
Look, did you guys all get the Simpsons album? Where they were a 70s variety show?
Happy birthday, Lisa. Was that on there?
No, that's in the early
it.
90s. That's through the Bartman. There was a little known late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay. Yeah, I remember there was the single or a tape for Happy Birthday Lisa with Michael Jackson or something. Am I misremembering that? I don't know, but yeah.
Well, yeah. That was a weird episode. I seriously don't know. I'm analyzing. He's like Mo, or was it Barney? Yeah, he's like a big bald guy. He's like a big Moby.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like it's not unlike the other episode in South Park where he's like a different character. Jesse, do you buy it? Does that make sense to you, and do you like it if it does?
Considering their track record so far, I think Uh, honestly, I think we'll actually get one more season.
Yeah.
It'll be 4.
I'm going all in. I'm saying 3 seasons, and then they reboot the whole universe. And George Lucas does. I saw a video on this. Like George Lucas just redoes everything because he's got all the time in the world.
They
See,
just
like,
want to see how Kenobi and Andor are going to do, and then go from there too.
yeah, it's like there's so many other shows, and like if this show ends, Star Wars doesn't. I think it only becomes a problem if no one likes the other shows. You know
What are the
that's
odds of that?
and yeah, but like it being Kenobi, it's pretty easy. I think it's going to be an easy like. You would think so, and then Ahsoka's probably going to be liked by fans, and if it's mildly competent, it'll probably connect over to the general audience who's like owns a Star Wars shirt and goes like, I like Star Wars. Yeah, I know who Ahsoka Tano is, that kind of thing. And then the Cassian, by the way, I just hear like really good things about right now. So Cassian, I think, is probably the one that is going to be the actual.
I think it'll be the breakout hit.
I don't mean like I don't mean to like disparage it and say it'll be the good one, but it sounds like it's the exceptional one. Yeah,
it's the one I've been looking forward to. Look,
Diego
man, you know
Luna.
me. I'm a Rogue One. I go Catalyst, Rogue One. That's my jam, bro. Like,
yeah.
So Cassian fits right in there, and that's aside from the Mando, like that's the kind of Star Wars I want more of. Where it feels like new, but it also has that retro look, but it feels new and it's shot in a way that is, I don't know, man. There's something the way that movie was shot all around that has its own look, feels epic, but also small, right? Like that's a hard thing to do, to get that epic and small feel. Because normally when they go
on Rogue One,
yeah, it's epic but small. Like it's still like close in on people. It's not like those sweeping. What am I gonna say? Like Aquaman, where the freaking camera won't stop moving and they got to show a million things every frame.
Yes.
No, I love
Aquaman.
the end sequence where they're going after the tape, like just that small little section there, just climbing up.
Or even the Rogue Squadron moment where the X-wing show up, and I'm like, I saw that in Nintendo 64. That's exactly.
Oh
the same
no!
shot.
Oh no!
What?
I messed up. The chat just messed up, and I blocked Dale Erdman, and I.
Oh no!
Oh,
How do I unblock Dale? Dale, I'm so sorry.
We need that snake sound. Snake!
I held over this thing and chose it, and it blocked Dale.
oh yeah.
What kind of world do we live in? I'm so sorry.
You're probably
Dale.
gonna have to go into YT Studio and see block people and unblock.
Really.
Yeah.
Poor Dale.
So he's probably
Man.
locked out of this episode.
And I can't. You guys talk about some Mando. I gotta fix this. I can't let this. I can't let this stand.
Okay, so if it does go season 3, how are they going to end season 3?
They pee on the Chinese rug, and then they all get in and out. What?
In and out, or would it be like the habit?
It's in and out, bro. It's southern Navarro. Everyone knows in southern Navarro you get in and out.
Animal style?
Grogu gets the little hat,
You'd be eating this in your crew.
I really wish, this is the one bad thing about Disney Plus not needing commercials, is we don't get any of those like cheesy Taco Bell commercials with Grogu pulling up with Mando like in like a speeder bike at the Taco Bell,
Right.
What do you want?
We got the far out deals in the galaxy, and then Giancarlo's the one who serves them like Gus Fring or something, like. Like I'm just like, there's all these great 90s style I wish they would just do it and then give us fake commercial breaks that
Or
are
back
just
to the
cheap.
Pizza Hut 90s prequel commercials.
Yeah, I would accept commercial breaks in all these shows if they were super themed like that. They weren't just like random Viagras. Or,
No, like a Super Bowl commercial. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, all just throwback. Even if they just played the commercials from the 90s that weren't even like, they're not even available.
I like the commercials they did in WandaVision with the man and the woman, and those
Right.
two men and women are actually from another series in Disney universe. They're in a lot of Disney things as they play characters who play off each other. They were a weather duo or a news duo in some show my son watches.
Yeah, the Toastmaster 3000 or something. Like,
Yeah.
or it'd be great. Remember those 900 numbers when like you're watching SummerSlam and they're like, you could talk to you could talk to Undertaker. It'd be like, you can talk to it had to be some third-rate character. They
It's
can't
called
get mad.
Inferno right now. I was waiting for you to talk to
Good news.
Reeve Kargas wants to speak to you, you know?
Update.
I want you! I want you!
Update. Dell has been on canceled. Dell is back in the house unless he is like, screw those guys. I'm never going back there.
What happened to Tucker?
So, Mark Hamilton wanted to know, Jason, from the Navarro sets you've seen, any indications the place is worse off from season 2? I'm thinking the imps have paid them back, vaporizing half of Navarro City, including maybe some characters. I think he's insinuating Gina Carano got shot, or not Gina Carano herself, but the character.
Got capped sometime.
No. From what I can see, it looks exactly the same. In fact, there were some fancy yellow awnings added one day, and then they were all taken down, but it rained. So I don't know.
Those ones we saw earlier?
Yeah, I put up a picture of one time, and they're all gone now. Though they've removed them all, and yeah. So we'll have to see. But based off of what I'm seeing so far, Dell's okay. He's all right. Man, there was a lot of drama in this episode. A lot of twists and turns. Things that you can't
A lot of
foresee.
what have yous. Yeah.
Like the Dianoga took him under, and I was like, he's not coming back up because I can't figure any of this out.
I don't like trash tentacles in my Star Wars.
Bootsy's here. So sorry. Every time I see Bootsy, I just love that name. I'm like, it's Bootsy. And
Well, it's from the 70s, right? Like
Yeah,
the
it's
Spent
Bootsy.
Parliament of Funk, right?
Wait, it's not Dez. Is it Dez? It was said differently. I think it was said differently.
D's last name nuts.
D's nuts. D's Star Wars nuts. What's up, everybody? I know I'm tripping the saber today in memory of Charlie Watts. Looking forward to the rest of the script read. Is that the drummer for the Rolling Stones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Dude, my only memory of the Rolling Stones is the Whoopi Goldberg movie Jumping Jack Flash, where she's trying to understand the lyrics. And how the internet would solve that problem, but she had to listen to the tape, you know?
I met one of the ladies that was in that documentary 5-6 Feet from Stardom or whatever, where she's one of the side singers for the Rolling Stones for a bunch of years.
Yeah, I don't have
the
any
name.
I don't like hate Whoopi Goldberg. I don't care. Okay. But it trips me out how she was in like Jumpin' Jack Flash and like Sister Act. And
Those
then
are
like
funny.
she's still everywhere. Like it's weird. I don't
She's done well for her career. I mean, the late 90s weren't kind to her.
Yeah.
You know, that dinosaur movie that was crazy.
We're home. We're home.
What's the basketball one
right?
she did?
The basketball. Oh, yeah, there was a basketball one. The one that I remember was her, Tim Danson, and Will Smith. Remember that one? I actually saw that in the theater. I went on a date with that one.
Was
Yeah,
that like
we're
Karina or something?
No, it's like we're like, this is before the incident, if you know what I'm talking about, between her and Ted Danson.
Right.
But this is like where Will Smith is like Ted Danson's kid or something. Like,
Okay.
yeah, it was one of those kinds of things. But yeah, this is before Will Smith did Bad Boys.
So he's all save the Dells, some dude.
Oh,
Save
Bad
the
Boys
Dells.
was supposed to be Rob Schneider and David Spade, I think, originally. Or,
I just want that. Can they film that?
It was supposed to
Sorry.
be Dana Carvey and John Lovitz. I'm sorry. Dana Carvey and John Lovitz was the original Bad Boys.
Can we just film that low angle shot going around them right now in their old age? Just,
Do you
What are you talking
remember?
about? I'm here. Huh?
a couple of days ago, you were like talking about how like when you were a kid, like you wouldn't like yourself necessarily, like because like like people change as they grow up or whatever. And in my head, I was like, I'm the same Beavis, you know. And then I saw the Richmeister skit on YouTube, and I put it on, and I used to laugh my ass off at the Richmeister SNL skit, and I watched it and I was like, this is the stupidest skit in the whole history of the world. It
Right,
is
like I
not
could
good.
talk to my 15 or 13-year-old self about Beavis and Butthead and comic books.
Yeah.
Okay, but if I talk to that 13-year-old about, I don't know, philosophical issues, politics, ethics, you know?
Right.
I mean, other than do no harm, like, but my younger self would have gone to a convention and just made fun of someone, like a famous artist, not a little artist, but that I didn't like.
Yeah.
You know, and I was a little dick like that, and I learned that lesson the hard way when a kid came to the con. I remember this first convention I did, this kid came up to me and I had these Ninja Turtle prints. And he goes, "Look, Mom, he's making fun of the turtles." And I sat there. I'm like, I earned that. You know? I'm not even going to get mad. I earned that. That's mine.
It's not like instant karma. It's like a decade old karma.
But I liked Alf when I was 8. I couldn't watch that show now. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, you know, like I like a puppet, but it's not a funny show.
Yeah.
So
I like how Elf and dinosaurs got real at the end.
Dinosaurs took the hardcore route, you know.
Yeah,
like, I mean, that is I give dinosaurs props. Like, that might be the best ending like ever. Like that, because it wasn't an ambiguous ending. Like Alpha's ambiguous. It leaves like maybe something will happen, or quantum leak, maybe something happens, or some text. They just show them freezing to death.
It's over. It's over.
Yeah. I cried harder in high school for that than the end of like Cheers. You know,
Yeah.
I was like, damn. Now I wish they had done that to Dean Cain's Superman, just froze him to death in the Fortress of Solitude or something.
I never watched that show. I was like, that's a bitch face looking Superman.
Terry Hatcher, bro. Turner, Tango and Cash got me sold on Terry Hatcher. So,
Yeah.
So one last thing before we
Terry
start.
Hatcher was in Quantum Leap, and I saw it when I was like 18, 17, and I was like, that's a woman, by the way, the Quantum Leap appearance. But go on.
Yeah. Before I forget, I am shocked DreamWorks never did some cheap remake of Bad Boys called Bad BOI, where it's all dogs. Right? Like, I'm just waiting for that. You know? The two dogs ain't supposed to work together. They're friends, but they're not. They're opposites, you know? Like, Bad Boys.
I like Bootsy's idea. Calling a 1-900 numbers to talk to second-rate Mando characters is too hilarious.
That's me. That was my idea.
That's good. It's a good idea. I think I was freeing our friend from the
that's my idea.
from
but
that
I said
Zod prison.
Yeah, like they would show Mando on the phone, but you never talk to him. You just get the second rates. The fish guy who's in trouble now. Like,
Yeah, you get to talk to the Mon Cal on the docks. Hello, Mon Cal docks. How can I help you?
Hello,
1-900 1-900-CANCELLED, right? Did I spell that right?
And I'm like, hello, Mando. My name is Jason. Reddit's being mean to me and spreading lies about me again. What should I do? This is the way.
Yeah. This is the way, you know?
Yeah. What do you mean? I don't take my mask off for anything. You know, just
press 6 to put Timmy in the carbonite. You know what I mean?
Insert 1 Bitcoin now.
Continue.
All right, should we get on the script before I have to go pick up?
Yeah,
the kiddos?
we're all warm. That's the warm up. That's the opening act for this.
It's
wonderful stand up you're about to see here.
Yeah. So remember, Rey and Kylo just had their little
battle.
Yeah. Exterior, Coruscant space. The eclipse appears from light speed. The city glows beneath. First Order Sentinel ships protect the capital from space. Come on, computer. Interior, Calypso Destroyer Bridge space. Leia spins around in the chair once occupied by Akbar. Leia in Akbar's chair. Leia,
Send the fleet to planetfall. Surprise is the only advantage we have.
she's also, no, I think she's like, send the fleet to planetfall. She just starts talking like Akbar.
It's a thirst trap! It's a thirst trap!
She has a picture of her in the bikini. It's a thirst trap. So, interior, Eclipse Destroyer, docking base space. X-Wings and Razorcraft fighters speed out of the bay, followed by troop transports and cargo dropships. Poe races towards the Falcon. Chewie and BB-8 follow. Poe.
Oh no! We don't have enough pilots! Do some damage!
Chewbacca. Ruff! Poe.
I don't know! Pick one!
Chewie looks around, spots an orange X-Wing, cocks his head. That's actually interesting.
that
Does
looks
orange
like
means
mine.
extra large?
So really quickly, a little thing that might be worth throwing in here was I was told when JJ was coming aboard that there was a time when they were going to have Rian Johnson direct the movie, and they were in talks with him, and it was pretty much a done deal. Then some stuff happened behind the scenes, and someone talked to JJ, and that they agreed that he could do the movie without changing the schedule. But I heard that Ryan was going to go to Pinewood to pick what to keep, what to scrap, and that's where. And then I heard that, and then JJ came in. So makes me wonder if the orange X-Wing was built for this film, and when that process of keep scrap happened, the X-Wing was kept because it looked good. I don't know. Worth digging on. I didn't really pay attention to that until now. So, anyways,
does it have one red wing?
Oh, you want to know what's funny was I actually got the picture of that and released it because the cops were flying over it in their helicopter, and we're like, "What the hell? There's an X-Wing here in Black Park," and they sent me the picture. Thank you, cops. Anyways, so he cocks his head. He's the X-Wing, cocks his head. First Order Capital, Command Deck Day. Hux enters the command deck overlooking the boulevard. Smoke rises between the buildings. Commander Selleck.
Chancellor, we've detected a ship in orbit. One of ours, but with unrecognized signature codes.
Chancellor Hux.
It's the stolen Eclipse! Summon all destroyers to the capital. We'll end this uprising and eliminate the resistance in one triumphant day.
Exterior, Eclipse Destroyer space. The Millennium Falcon rockets out of the bay and joins the Resistance attack fleet. The Sentinels unleash hell, assisted by a squadron of TIE hunters launching from within. Poe is undaunted with blasts from the large ships. A trio of hunters bear down on the Falcon, then explodes in succession. Chewbacca's X-Wing zips overhead. Roar, ruff, ruff. Chewbacca and an X-Wing. God, I hate that.
He just farts in it.
Is his head still sticking out of the top?
Yeah, right. No, actually, it has holes and his feet dangle out of the bottom.
The Flintstones. Dun, dun,
That's how he slows down.
Eliminating the enemy ships with precise focus shots. Interior, Chewbacca's X-Wing cockpit. Chewie wears no helmet. Just in case you were wondering, okay? We're not going to get stupid about this. Chewbacca, roof! BB-8 chirps from the droid socket. Interior Falcon cockpit. Poe raises his eyebrows, impressed. Poe.
That's one hell of a pilot.
Oh, because he says that. Because he says that in the other movie, right? He says that before.
Finn says that about him.
And then now he's saying it. Oh my God, this script is just too much. Yeah, that's so dumb. Sorry.
It rhymes. It's a loop. Just fucking won't end. It's a poem that just keeps going, and then you want to like hang yourself. Oh, sorry.
Not high.
Yeah, too much.
It rhymes like that rap Blondie does. You know. where she's like rhyming cars with bars. Exterior.
Hey.
Oh no, I love her. Oh, I love her, and I love it.
It's ridiculous though.
Yeah, it's new wave, so it works. But
Chewie's legs are sticking out of that X-wing. He's riding like Mad Eye Moody, I think, right? That's good.
You've obviously never heard Fear of Pop.
Oh, I have. Exterior above Coruscant space. The Eclipse unloads a super laser on the Sentinels. By the way, Atomic is the best Blondie song. Just saying. They explode as our attack fighters and transports descend through the billowing fire to planetfall. Something just fell in my house, but who knows what it was. Yeah, right? Could you guys hear that? Exterior Coruscant, Imperial Boulevard Day. Womp-rats? No. The AT-MT Walker's foot stomps down the boulevard towards the First Order capital. The new Resistance army moves with it. Thousands now. Some with blasters. Other with nothing but clubs and passion. Finn marches out front with Rafe and his rebel troopers. Or is that Raph? Either way, it's a Ninja Turtle. Accept it.
It's a little too Raph.
Yeah, that's what somebody said about your Poe. Dade rides out of the top hatch of the head of the AT-MT, speaking through the booming broadcast speaker. Rise up, join the fight, see? Small bands of revolutionaries appear from the side alleys. A trickle building to a stream, building to a river. Okay, I get the analogy. Kind of tripped me up at first. But a distant sound silences them. Lock-stepped boots. 1,000 riot-suppressing Mandalorian brute troopers. Were the brute troopers Mandalorians before, or are these like Mandalorians in those things?
Probably the ones in those things with like the
but they're Manda.
The belt-fed cannons and shit.
Yeah.
I like the really happy one, the Dandelions. You know, like they have mustaches, you know.
This is the way.
they like to sing shanties.
Yeah, right. It's dandy like candy.
Yeah, we sing the sea shanties and the coruscants and take down the resistance. Oh,
all I can say is that my life is pretty plain.
DMCA, thanks.
A bunch of stripper Mandalorians named Candy show up. The Candylorians. They're just a bunch of people all named Candy. Sun cuts through the fog.
This is just getting ridiculous.
This movie.
College.
They're like, Mr. Navarro, are you trying to get fired right now? Like, if you want to quit, you can just quit. You could just tell us. But I think you're trying to make us fire you.
All I gotta say is, given the dialogue in this first script, people were worried about Ace Ventura Han Solo. Okay.
Sun cuts through the fog, revealing the extent of the capital's defenses, advanced tanks and walkers, new designs we've never seen. Twitter. Finn holds the line at the sight of the oncoming forces. Finn,
stand your ground.
Finn and the stormtroopers are hit with fire from all sides.
Oh, shit!
On R2 and 3PO, walking through lasers. Walking through lasers to R2 and 3PO.
Never seen that before. That's amazing.
Right? Yeah, it's also a callback from the opening.
New droid powers.
A First Order astromech droid, R808, rolls on a SCOMP terminal on the side of a flip tank and plugs in. R2 beeps urgently. C-3PO.
He's sending a distress signal. Stop him.
Nobody's listening to C-3PO. R2 beeps furiously. 3PO continued.
Me? I'm not programmed for violence. R2.
Beep.
I like the pause.
C-3PO stills himself, hustles through the laser fire, and rips open the back panel of R808. C-3PO continued.
I too apologize for this.
He reaches into the droid's innards and pulls circuits out. R208 beeps in distress, adding to C-3PO's horror. Why in the last one do we have 3PO doing this stuff? C-3PO continued.
Please go quietly.
Is this brilliant?
This is where they got Babu Frick.
Is this brilliant or horrible? I think it might be brilliant, honestly.
He can barely grab the comm link in A New Hope. How is he yanking wires out?
Oh, I love this. This is legitimately the newest thing I've seen in all of the sequels. Like, oh god, oh god.
Please go quietly. One last dink, and R208 sparks out. Tips hits the ground. R2 quickly plugs into the vacated scomp sends his own command. The belly railgun stops, spins, resets, and fires on the brute troopers. Finn climbs up onto the flipped tank, past C-3PO, who frets over the inanimate shells of R808. C-3PO continued.
I've done horrible things. I may never be the same.
That was good, man. That was really good. Shadows glide over the long boulevard. A squad of TIE bombers crater the boulevard ahead of them. Geysers of concrete spew upward. They're about to be decimated when a fleet of X-Wings and B-Wings die from the sky, because Colin Navarro has read Twitter and realizes we want to see those. The resistance ships fly through the trenches of buildings and hammer the bombers, spinning them into explosive collisions. Finn, Raph, and the stormtroopers cheer the skies. Resistance transports land on the boulevard behind them. Stolen First Order AT-ATs, ATEST, and attack speeders emerge from the cargo doors. They are heavily modded, painted with revolutionary colors, eyes, and teeth. Resistance troops pour out of the landing transports. Finn.
You get your damn hands off her, Biff! Wait. You feel that?
Finn swells with hope. Finn continued.
We are the resistance! All of us!
You know, I'm going to give them credit for at least writing that line as bad as it is. You know what I hate is when you hear, "For the Republic!" I don't know why. It just fucking sucks.
No one rails for the Republic, dude.
It's very hollow.
Yeah, and it's just like, it feels like the kind of shit that a guy who says "I" when somebody offers him his coffee would say, you know? Anyway.
Also, a missed opportunity for AT-STDs, right? Where they just drop syphilis from the sky on them. Like,
raining gonorrhea.
I love that Mandalorian had an AT-ST episode. That was cool.
With the red eyes?
Yeah, it was pretty rad.
Cool.
But I would like to have seen like those things get like a real modern, like, you know, almost like a scary, a real, because, you know, they were stop motion. They could only do so much. I'd love to see one just really go to town visually. Anyways, exterior Temple of Mortis, night. Rain pounds the gray stone, lit by flashes of blue and red. Lightsabers clash as Rey and Kylo fight mercilessly on the steps of the temple. Agent statues crumble. Rey stops them in midair, pushing them back. Kylo.
You know, I could have been your teacher.
Rey loses ground, doubts herself, stumbles. Kylo continued.
Yeah, I could have ended your pain.
Rey slices Kylo's mask, shearing the bottom right half clean off, revealing the flesh beneath. He removes it, eye to eye now. She parries and attacks. Kylo continued.
Yeah, you're totally weakening.
Kylo allows Rey's barrage to hammer him, taking careful, controlled counter-striking through the wild assaults. Kylo continued.
The last glimmer of a dying light.
Kylo strikes a wicked blow across her face that instantly cauterizes a scar from her left cheek to her forehead.
Oh.
Hey, come on, that's a pretty lady there. What are you doing, Kylo? Rey's lightsaber drops to the stone. She falls to her knees and screams, clutching her eyes. When she opens them, the world is an abstract blur of light. She's blinded. Kylo stands over her, lightsaber pointed to her heart. Rey looks up, crying blood. Rey falls backwards down the stone steps, motionless. Kylo continued.
Goodbye, scavenger.
Kylo enters the Temple of Mortis, leaving Rey blind and bleeding on the steps. That's pretty hardcore. You know what I mean? That's pretty intense actually for what it is. And at this time, having not seen any of the stuff, where like the question in my mind was, how do you forgive Kylo Ben after he kills Han Solo, who's like your favorite character, you know?
You
Or-
take your shirt off. You just take your shirt off, and then you
It's a
save the
monologue.
day. Yeah. If you save the day with your shirt off, everyone just forgives you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
All right, I'm gonna try it, but if they laugh at me, you guys aren't my friends anymore.
Fade to chunk. Fade to chunk. You know.
It works in Con Air.
Kylo, it turns out, you know how Hux is gray. Kylo does it, but now he's like he could do the truffle shuffle. It's been, as Supreme Leader, he's been eating a lot of Supreme tacos too. Anyways, exterior.
There's a commercial. The Supreme Leader taco, right?
Right.
Analyze your hunger with the Supreme Taco.
Get a Kylo Chalupa.
Yeah. It has Hux. Sir, we're approaching planet Chalupa now.
You like to huckstize your combo?
Unleash the churros.
Don't be a huckster. Have a Taco Bell Chalupa. Anyways, the Falcon buzzes the surface of the eclipse, picking off attackers. Chewbacca's X-Wing flies right with it. His little feet just dangling out. It looks adorable, you guys.
And then the little Minch pulls up beside him. I'm right here, buddy.
Did you ever see that really rad but what the fuck piece of concept art of Rey with the flying the X-Wing with the lightsaber out the cockpit, and she is like cutting through everything with the lightsaber out the cockpit?
Yeah, I think I saw a piece of that.
Yeah, it's super weird. I dig it a lot. It's crazy. But you know, it probably wouldn't have worked visually, but it looks rad. It would have worked in Star Wars Visions, I think. That's where it probably belongs.
You
But,
need some great animators to pull that one off.
Yeah, but I want to see Chewbacca doing that with his feet, just kind of like dangling his feet, taking out TIE fighters.
Or like on a land speeder. And it's like, you know, Kung Fu Hustle when they run. Just
Finn needs to get airlifted out. He just grabs onto Chewbacca's foot. They just fly out.
I can't believe that Shang-Chi guy is from Kung Fu Hustle. He was that little kid that got smacked with the sponge. He's trying to get his hair washed.
I'm sold.
The whole movie, he was trying to get his hair washed. He's this really skinny looking kid, but apparently that's the guy who's Shang-Chi.
Oh, okay. Womb, a finalizer Star Destroyer arrives from hyperspace. It flies on the eclipse. It fires on the eclipse. I can't read today. I apologize.
Fire!
Hitting the deflector shields. Interior Eclipse Destroyer Bridge. Leia swivels in her chair, conducting the revolution. Leia.
Engage starboard cannons.
Or engage starboard cannon. Actually, I can't do it. But she was she's Akbar, right? In her Akbar chair.
Starboard cannons.
Yeah, this kind of feels like when you put your action figures in the wrong stuff as a kid, you know. Anyways,
that can be taken a few ways, Jason.
Hey, take it how it is. Exterior above Coruscant space. Gun ports on the side of the eclipse open, pushing out 20 massive ion cannons like a pirate ship. They fire in unison. The finalizer stutters from the barrage and explodes like Jason Ward reading the script. Interior Eclipse Destroyer Bridge. Leia clenches her fist amidst cheers of victory.
Ooh, arthritis.
10 more destroyers arrive at once. An armada of sizes and classes. Her confidence drains. Leia? The eclipse turns on its axis and unleashes hell. The lasers light up the dark like Christmas.
That was Life Day.
Mm-hmm. Like Life Day. They just keep getting deeper and deeper in the references. The First Order destroyers fire back faster and more intense.
I was going to say.
than we're used to. Their relative scale to the eclipse lets us feel their speed for the first time.
When she clenches her fist, she breaks her Coke thing with that fingernail, right? No!
Oh, shit.
I'm going to do the rest of the day.
How am I supposed to celebrate?
So, Leia's going to sleep for 3 or 4 days. I'll be back. Exterior Coruscant Air Battle Day.
Calling the DJ.
The resisted ships weave and glide between buildings, firing on TIE hunters at window level of the profiteers who financed this conflict. So those guys from episode 8 are getting their up and coming. Anyways,
Jeffrey Katzenberg.
a tight squadron reaches the capital itself. Their leader, Elo Atsi, sends a pair of homing missiles into the structure. They hit big. Jeff Bezos is fucked. Ion cannons on motorized swivels rise up from the structure's roof, blasting ships out of the sky with deadly precision. Interior, First Order Capital War Room Night. Chancellor Hux watches a holographic representation of the air battle. Chancellor Hux.
How is this not home?
Commander Tom Selleck.
It's the stolen dreadnought, sir. Our fleet isn't equipped to engage that ship of that magnitude.
Oh, come the fuck on. I mean, I'm sorry, but how does anybody think this is like, I mean, there's like the plot is good, but this is fucking terrible.
Literally, man, like, I really think like we could have written better dialogue without even trying. Like, seriously. Like,
yeah, I mean, like I said,
I rarely say that, but
if it turns out that this was like, let's have them say things like that, and then we're gonna rewrite that into our own version of that, and it doesn't seem like a callback, like I could see that, but I don't remember this stuff changing that much in the second draft. So you know what I mean?
That was my question to you. Was this just something they slapped on, knowing it's gonna go through? You know, like a revision in the dialogue. They didn't get hung up on it, but
yeah, I don't remember the stuff changing that much. And I read a lot at that time, for the record, and I was a bit fatigued. So there was a lot to go through. You know, I mean, like, you know, when you read,
you and Kathleen Kennedy are like, oh, fucking hell, man.
Yeah, pretty much. I got Kathleen Kennedy's headache in about, you know, a couple hours, all at once. But you know, it was like it was I read it and I was like, okay, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, time to read the second one. And I read the second one a lot closer, and which is what's making this a little bit confusing for me. I'm just being honest. Like, I wish I could say like I knew exactly what was different now, but I didn't write down. I was asked also not to write down any dialogue, so I didn't. And but I wrote down what every scene was. So in terms of plot, I can tell you that it's just the settings change a little bit at times and stuff, but we'll get into that later, obviously. But the thing to remember, I guess, is there always could have been a final dialogue pass by somebody like Kasdan at the end. Like, if they had decided to stick with this, it could have been fixed. I like the plot. I don't hate the plot, but the dialogue and some of the grander ideas are absurd. All right, Chancellor Hux.
I mean, all of it. I don't know how to read that.
Yeah.
All of this dialogue is pissing me off.
Boom. An explosion rocks the Capitol, flickering the lights. Interior, First Order Capital Corridor Day. Rose sneaks through the crisp white hallway. She ducks into a recess, a procession approaching. Commander Selleck in the center of it. Commander Tom Selleck.
Ready the hyperdrive.
Rose holds the gas. The Capitol is a ship. What the fuck? Okay.
It's a penis building ship.
Oh no, if a Death Star tries to come, we'll just fly away.
Watch out, watch out.
Yeah, that's one way of doing it. Commander Selleck continues.
Hold on. This script is hitting ludicrous plot.
Yeah, it
is. Right?
Yeah.
Did my job for the day.
It definitely does. So, all right, Commander Tom Selleck continued.
It's in the unlikely event of our defenses are breached, we'll make the jump to light speed.
She watches the First Order techs break away. They scan the ID bars on their uniforms and disappear through a door. Rose sneaks to a window overlooking a vast, architectonic abyss circling the spine of the Capitol. Attached to the spine, like a vertebrae, the cubed transmission jammer. Completely encased in armor with no bridges or access points, she can't reach it. Removes those confiscated First Order ID bars from a hidden pocket, scans the door, it opens.
How lucky.
Yeah, I wanted her to say John Connor's line when he hacks the ATM. Anyways, interior first,
And the kid from Different Strokes is impressed. Right, Jason?
and he's
That's
still
a kick-ass haircut.
no, it's the kid from Different Strokes. He has the same mullet, but he's playing Kiamal from Droids.
But
Come
wasn't he also in Daryl too? He was Daryl's friend.
Was he Daryl's friend? Was he Turtle?
Yeah, I think so. I think he was Turtle.
Was he Turtle? I don't think he was
Turtle.
Turtle. I don't know. I'm not going to die on a hill
What
for
about
it,
that one?
but we need to look that up because
I want Jason to down a hill for it. I took the last death.
I wonder if that guy's cosplaying Kiamal these days. Anyways, interior First Order Capital navigation room day. Rose creeps into a control room stacked with nav consoles. First Order tech. Prepare for surface disengagement. Off the nav tech's look. Purely precautionary. She slips behind consoles and opens a panel on the floor. Interior navigation subspace day. Rose crawls down into the subspace beneath the control room, surrounded by the wired computer towers that power the hyperdrive. The techs are still audible above. Nav tech off screen. Ready to set coordinates, sir. Tech off screen.
Plot a course for the Vorfism. Come on.
Vorf, here we come.
I know you're trying to hog all the tech guys here, buddy.
I know, right? they need to make a
Jason's
Star
like, I got all my. Jason's like, you guys get Luke and Han, but I get all the stormtroopers.
Yeah, I was just trying not to get us tripped up on these nothing scenes.
Yeah, I know.
Rose opens a panel to the hyperdrive computer's motherboard and goes to work. She's adding RAM. She's adding new fans.
She doubled their RAM.
Ventilation.
Yeah, liquid cooling system. I bet it's
Liquid-
kick ass.
Right? Interior Millennium Falcon cockpit space. Poe zips a pair of burning destroyers. Yeah, zips between a pair of burning destroyers as they collide behind him. Swarming ties and chaos outside his cockpit. Poe.
Chewie, get down there. They need you. I got this under control.
He doesn't. That's a Ron Howard from Arrested Development adding his one line of narration. Interior Chewbacca's X-wing space. BB-8 beeps frenetically. Chewbacca spins and dives, breaking into the atmosphere. Exterior First Order Capital Day. Chewbacca's X-wing. That's stupid every time I read it. Descends to the capital, weaving through the grid of lasers fired upwards by the ion cannons. He makes an attack run over the cannon arrays, taking out several turrets with one continuous dizzying display of aeronautical badassery.
Yeah,
How high were they?
I
How
never
stoned
thought
were they?
badassery would be in a Star Wars script.
No,
Freaking
that was
bullshit.
mushrooms, bro. That's mushrooms right there.
I think they went down to Palm Springs, got themselves a giant
Mhm.
wake and bake cookie,
That's why we got ayahuasca Ren.
and started
Okay.
writing. Yeah.
Can we Burning Man the script? Clever.
I'm gonna teach Kathleen Kennedy a lesson.
I'm gonna get some Mongolian barbecue. I'll be back.
Interior.
Get over here.
God, can you imagine if with the day this had leaked out, if it had been gone into filming? Interior Chewbacca's X-wing day. Alarm warnings, multiple lock-ons, TIE fighters swarm around Chewie, ganging up. BB-8 chirps, concerned. Chewie roars, also concerned. Blam, they're hit. Chewie maneuvers over Monument Square, spinning into a dive. So you give Chewbacca a fucking X-wing, and then he gets shot down in it? Like that's
Look,
just
man, as a fan of Batman '89, let's not complain here about this.
That's right.
One of the greatest designs ever gets taken down by a fat, I mean, let's be honest, a fat Joker with the world's with the world's longest gun, like whatever, pistol.
I understand that though. It was the longest gun. Chewbacca's a great pilot. He's been flying for years. Anyways, exterior Monument Square day. The orange X-Wing makes a distressed landing, knocking over brute troopers in its path as it comes to a screeching stop. Finn.
Say that, pilot!
Finn and his squad blast their way towards the crashed ship. He climbs onto the wing. BB-8 beeps frantically. Finn.
BB-8?
The cockpit pops open. Chewbacca roars. Roof! Finn continued.
Chewie, where'd you learn to fly like that?
Chewie. Roof! Before you were born. Rafe.
Incoming.
A fresh batch of heavy ATMTs emerge. Cannon. Firing rains down on the capital above. This revolution may not last long. Interior Eclipse Destroyer Bridge Day. Leia is wary but steadfast. Leia.
Change our blade of attack. Don't let them light up Earth.
Connix interrupts urgently. Connix.
General, our agent on the inside is contacting you.
Leia.
We have an agent on the inside.
Connix activates her.
You're going to feel that tomorrow, by the way.
Comm
Just let me
speaker.
know.
No worries, bro.
Rose voiceover crackling.
The capital is a ship.
Leia.
Rose, slow down.
Look, I don't want to get hung up, but hold on one second. This is literally the cautionary warning to the movie Big. When
Right.
Tom Hanks says, "Who wants to play with the building?"
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
it's a building. You know, like, who wants to play with it?
But it trains.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You imagine getting that toy and it's just this big phallic building that Leia gets to get put into.
Yeah.
Ha.
Interior First Order Capital controls subspace day. Rose is patched into a comm terminal, sparks falling around her. Hot wired cables stirring between CPU towers. Rose.
They're going to leave the planet. I can disable the hyperdrive, but I need the key codes in R2's memory drive.
Intercut with Eclipse. Leia.
R2's with Finn.
Taconics.
That's it, through.
Rose. Lights up.
Finn's alive?
Gotta get some deep dick.
Oh, shit. She's all, this time.
Yeah, baby.
Exterior Monument Square day. Finn takes cover behind a fallen ATSD. Yells into his comm. Finn.
Rose, you're alive. Stay where you are. We're coming for you.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm a dork.
And then Finn says, Rose says, that's what she said. Interior First Order Capital controls subspace day. Rose rolls her eyes, about to save everyone's ass. I kind of like respect the badassery and just saying they're just like kind of writing it how they were going to use it, like their intent, you know. But can you imagine like when they had to publish all the scripts someday? I wonder if they would have changed all that, you know.
By her rolling her eyes, I get that they don't want to be saved by a man. I get that idea, but like, you're just undercutting the people. Who are we rooting for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Are we laughing at Finn now? Like, is she laughing? Like, who? I don't understand this kind of conflict. You know, like during the battle where they're fighting the bad guys, I get a little bit of like tension between people, but they can't be like just, you know what I mean? Like playing to dozens and like, oh, this fucking guy, oh, whatever. Like, I don't know who we're supposed to root for sometimes here. I don't.
Yeah. I think that, you know, the way it's supposed to play is that Finn thinks he's a hero in this moment because he's become full of himself from the revolution that he just led, you know, and he thinks he's going to save her, but she's actually saving him. It may have worked. I think it would depend on the momentum and the delivery, but I know what you mean though. I could see it playing incorrectly, if not done perfectly. Rose.
Great. Listen carefully. I need R2 to transfer me the hyperdrive keys before this thing takes off.
Finn, calm.
Hyperdrive? What? Where are you?
Rose.
There's a Scomp Link terminal at the base of the Capitol. I'll have a direct connection to him from there. Got it?
Exterior Monument Square day. Finn looks around frantically. Finn.
R2! Where are you?
He spots C-3PO and R2-D2 behind a flipped tank. Races to them, grabs R2. Finn continued.
What did you do to that droid? Wait, we need to get you to the capital.
C-3PO.
Master Finn, we're more suited for rear unit duty.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You know what? Me too, 3PO. Me too.
I got a comm terminal just for you, 3PO.
Shit. Finn looks out at the battlefield, eyeing the path to the base terminal. First order transports touchdown ahead. Even more brute troopers spill out into the square. Finn.
None of this matters if we don't reach that terminal. Just, it lines up with my previous chat.
R2 beeps, determined. C-3PO.
For glory? What are you saying, R2? There is no glory for droids.
I think he was saying glory hole, but he misunderstood. Blam! R2-D2 takes a direct hit from a cannon blast. He hits the side of the tank and falls hard. No comical squill. He's silent and scorched black, unmoving. C-3PO.
R2? R2!
Finn.
Chewie, cover us!
Finn hunkers over R2. Chewbacca stands tall, firing away. C-3PO.
R2? R2, say something.
Finn waves smoke away from R2's burnt body. The droid circuits are dead. No power. Yeah. Finn.
I'm reading the next line. those codes are in there somewhere. And let's just reach in and like
Here we go again. Part 2.
Finn's all go quietly.
He's a serial murderer.
It's like cleaning out a cantaloupe.
Finn opens a panel and removes R2's memory drive. Finn continued.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Yells.
BB-8!
BB-8 rolls up, ready for duty. Finn opens a compartment in the droid's round body and inserts R2's memory drive. By the way, this would have actually, I think, made people feel like they were having to choose R2 lives or BB-8's the new droid. I think it would have. I think it's a fine scene if there wasn't a whole past with R2 being like this beloved character with a fan base onto himself.
I also feel if this whole sequence was just the droids doing this.
Yeah.
And it was the droids helping and it wasn't Finn. It's the fact that it's someone else. I just don't feel connected to the droids at this moment.
Like if they had done what JJ did with 3PO where he offers himself, if R2 offered himself in the moment and then 3PO was like, no, and then they did
and BB-8's like deflecting fire, taking some shots or something. And then, you know what I mean? Like, and 3PO is like, if it was just a thing between the droids, I think it would play better.
I totally agree with you.
I mean, they're doing so much callback. So, hey, R2 pops the panel open and the memory chip pops out of there like the lightsaber did.
BB-8 opens up that little lighter and just sets stormtroopers on fire.
I wouldn't mind if they brought that back.
Yeah, look, there's a callback that's not he struck back. You know, like
all right, BB-8 rolls up, ready for duty. Finn opens a compartment in the droid's round body and inserts R2's memory drive. Finn continued.
It's all up to you now, okay?
Intercom.
Rose, send BB-8 the terminal coordinates. He's got this.
To BB-8, confident.
You got this, right?
as Crispin Glover reads. BB-8 nods, silent, focused, his moment. Finn continued.
Covering fire!
Chewbacca and the stormtroopers cover as best they can. Finn continued.
Go!
BB-8 dashes into the battle. We stay right behind him, tracking past a barrage of explosions and laser blasts through the moving AT-MT's legs, narrowly missing craters and fallen brute troopers. Finn watches the little guy from afar, inspired. He looks around the wounded resistance, cut off and surrounded, fighting for survival. Boom! An explosion knocks Finn off his feet, ears ringing. Rafe?
Fall back!
Okay. Finn yells to C-3PO, still kneeling over R2's fallen body. Finn?
3PO! We got to move!
C-3PO looks up. Hand on R2's scorched head, emotion like we've never seen from him. C-3PO.
I can't leave him.
Finn is speechless, crushed by it all. Chewbacca reaches down and heaves R2's scorched shell onto his back. Chewbacca, ruff, with one arm blasting. That's weird that Finn does it when Chewbacca's right there. Anyways, with one arm blasting and the other securing R2, he's all, no, that's what we can't do that callback of the droid on Chewbacca's back. That's where we draw the line. He and Finn race towards cover. Chewbacca gets hit, stumbles, keeps going. Chewbacca is hit again, falls to one knee, almost drops R2, stands up. Finn's eyes tear as they fire back
there.
at the impossible odds. This is how it ends.
Like,
So, yeah.
shoot something. Shoot the ninja kick the damn rabbit.
Right?
You know, like something.
Interior Millennium Falcon space. Poe watches enemy ships slip through their strafing attack formations and descend towards Coruscant. Poe.
We'll have no chance down there if the reinforcements make it through. We need more ships.
Interior Eclipse Bridge space. Another Star Destroyer appears from hyperspace, and another. Leia watches the numbers shift even more out of favor. Leia.
Luke, I'm sorry.
Interior Temple of Mortis night. Kylo Ren's long shadow precedes him into the cavern of stone. Statues of the ancients look down in a deep void in the center, sealed with a slab of unpolished marble. Kylo reaches out. The stone slab slides off and falls to the ground with a thud. He looks down into the well beneath the temple, deep into the heart of Mortis, eager for his reward. It's empty. Nothing. A hole in the ground. Kylo.
No!
Kylo reaches the rune-covered walls for answers. He finds only arcane, sculpted faces looking down at him. He fires his saber and slashes at the statues, scarring the ancients with his rage. Luke, voiceover.
Yep. You've lost, Ben.
Luke Skywalker steps into the light. A thin blue glow traces his form. Kylo.
Yeah, well, you're dead. The Jedi are just ghosts.
Luke.
The dark side's failed you. Like it failed my damn father.
Kylo.
Your father was a weak little bitch.
Luke.
Yeah, well, his love for family saved him. Unlike you, I wish could save you, you bastard.
Luke looks deep into his former student's pained eyes. Kylo.
I did what I had to do.
Luke.
You chose to be a hateful, spiteful bastard.
Kylo.
Yeah, well, I chose power.
Kylo fires his saber and attacks, but Luke catches the blade with his gloved hand, stopping it midair, stronger than Kylo could possibly imagine. Kylo continued.
I'll be stronger than any Skywalker has ever been.
Their faces are inches away, separated by the red blade. Luke.
You're no Morty Skywalker.
So Luke's all, you are no Skywalker. Yeah, that doesn't feel right to me. Exterior temple mount night. Rey lies motionless on the stone steps, blind and bleeding in the rain. Then her hand moves. Her eyes flutter again. Her eyes flutter open.
I can see clearly now that Rey has... Oh, Rey. Yeah.
The Rey has gone. Rey.
Luke.
Interior Temple of Mortis night. Luke's expression changes, sensing her. Luke.
Let go, Kylo. You can't defeat us.
Kylo.
Us?
Luke.
Not alone. Obi-Wan was right.
Exterior temple mount night. Rey drags her shattered body up the temple steps. Her arms gives out. She collapses. The pain is too much. Luke voiceover.
We're connected, Maury. All living things.
You got that shot of McCollum Coke.
Interior
Faster, more intense, like that.
Interior Eclipse Destroyer Bridge space. Leia looks beyond the battle, feeling Rey's pain. Leia.
Right?
Luke voiceover.
The Force surrounds us now.
Interior Capital Navigation Subspace Day. Rose winces. from Spark as she rewires the hyperdrive on the Capitol. Fingertips bleeding, she licks up a feeling. Luke voiceover.
Ah, it's penetrating us.
Interior Millennium Falcon Knight. Poe flies through a barrage of laser fire. Luke voiceover.
It binds that galaxy together like toilet paper.
So it binds.
What?
I just realized it binds the galaxy together. I should let people know what the lands really are in case they're only listening to the audio on Patreon, but whatever. He feels the connection from across the galaxy. If you're listening to this on Patreon, you just get the script and read along. Anyways, Poe.
Ray?
So he feels the connection from across the galaxy. So everyone's being connected right now, probably through Luke, right? Exterior, Temple Mount, Night, Ray into the rain. Ray
Well,
gathers her strength.
Finn?
Exterior, Coruscant, Imperial Boulevard, sunset. Finn is crouched low behind her. Lasers flying overhead. Luke voiceover.
We are one bound by the Force.
Finn feels the connection. A surge of hope. Finn.
Fight! Ray! Fight!
Exterior, Temple Night. Ray hears him. He's there with her. They all are. Finn voiceover, a distant echo.
Fight!
So we're actually kind of getting what JJ clearly probably read this and was like, oh, I have a better idea, but I won't show him.
Still no Maz Kanata, huh?
No, nope, not yet.
Odd.
Yeah. Interior, Temple of Mortis, Night. Luke gives his former student a faint smile. Luke.
And I will not be broke. We will not be broken.
Exterior, Temple Mount, Night. With all her strength, the last Jedi rises. She unwraps a strip of cloth from the bandage on her hand, uses it to blindfold her eyes. Her name, Kanan Jarrus. Star Wars Rebels, Part 2.
I saw this in Gremlins too, when Gizmo gets the bandana, right? And he just...
They probably hadn't asked somebody at Lucasfilm, hey, what's like, you guys ever done anything like a blind Jedi? And they had... Here.
Only in a video game.
So is there any chance we could get Freddie Prinze Jr. to voice Ray in this one? Exterior, Temple Mount Night. With all her strength, the last Jedi rises. She blindfolds her eyes, and then interior Temple Mortis, Night. Luke vanishes. Beyond him, Ray stands tall in the arched doorway, blind, bruised, determined. Ray.
Our masters were wrong. I will not deny my anger, and I will not reject my love.
Yeah, there's nothing like blinding a lady to make her love you. Her fallen lightsaber.
That's how I got married.
Into her hands. She was blind, and she just said yes. No, anyways, Ray continued.
I am the darkness, and I am the light.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Kylo.
Yeah, well, you're really nothing. You're like no one. No one even cares about this. Well, I don't even know why I'm here.
Logger, a Palpatine or something. She ignites the blades. They crackle. Ray.
No one is no one.
God damn.
It's like that sounds like a smarmy third grader. Anyways, Kylo charges. Their blades meet and sizzle. Ray fights him blindfolded, guided by the Force.
I'm rubber and you're glue. And when the Force... Yeah, when the Force does things, it sticks on all of us. I don't know.
He's all, you're no one. She's all, takes one to no one.
Look, I think that's as equal as any dialogue in this script.
Or above.
Yeah.
Oh shit! If Colin Navarro needs me to punch up any Lost World, Jurassic Park shit, just hit me up, dude. Because we're on the same wavelength right now. Interior Eclipse destroyer space. Burning Resistance cruisers plummet to landfall. Leia watches their fiery carnage out of her observation window. It's over. One quick, as I just need to say it every episode, they didn't get to finish. It's not fair necessarily to say that they are terrible, because they're not terrible, but this in its current state is. So it is what it is. Anyways, Connix,
More ships are arriving at the Outer Rim, General!
Leia,
Prepare to retreat.
Connix.
These aren't First Order ships!
Uh-oh. Leia looks out at the starfield ahead, off to her surprise. 1,000 ships appear from hyperspace. That sounds familiar. That's the shot JJ used. A massive fleet of smugglers and thieves flying tricked out, junkyard-bound personal cruisers. The pirates Han Solo spent half his life running from. This is the lead. In the lead is Lando's personal starship, the Lady Luck.
Someone read Heir to the Empire!
Somebody had the West End Games source book for Cloud
EU,
City.
here we go. EU, here we go.
I actually really, I think it turned up in Clone Wars, the design.
Right.
I don't like it, and I think it looked.
I always figured it would just be Count Dooku's yacht, because it was always supposed to be like a space yacht, like that solar sail thing.
Yeah,
I figured it would just end up being like that. Not that one, like the same kind of thing, you know. Like
I agreed with Solo, a Star Wars story, making the Falcon super sleek when it was Lando's. And I think like adult or older Lando with even more class and sophistication would have a fancy ass ship.
The solar sail.
Exactly. Interior, Lady Luck space. Lando Calrissian helms the controls. Lando.
You all could use a few. Oh wait, I thought you do it. You do it.
Well, you could use a few scoundrels.
Thought you could use a few scandals.
Okay. Do we go with this is Nyland or New York Nyland?
Why Nyland?
New York Nyland.
New up, nude on one. Here we go at that fun.
New York Nyland of the Big Apple, an aging alien in a vintage bomber jacket, shakes his head out the co-pilot's chair. I'm going to be New York Nyland. Baba Booey.
No, Nyland.
Oh my God,
it's Noy Nyland,
They're
actually.
making fun of their own script now. They've joined us.
I'm too old for this shit.
He just said Nub one. I'm too old for this shit. They're with us. They've lost patience with this. Lando's ragtag fleet attacks, covering for the larger battleships as they lay waste to the enemy. Exterior Coruscant Imperial Boulevard day. A burning TIE hunter crashes into the army of brute troopers and tanks in the square. I feel like I just keep reading the same line. A burning TIE fighter crashes into an army of brute troopers.
Or it spins and crashes. Or
am I just like visually exhausted in my imagination?
I wish screenwriters wouldn't try to plan out battles so much. They would just say the battle continues and get to the character stuff, and then let the visual developers plot all that out. Like, because they're just gonna keep saying the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Anyways, Finn looks up a battalion of ships, and Finn keeps looking up. Like, I keep feeling like they were gonna film Finn in front of a green screen for 20 days. A battalion of ships he's never seen before joins the firefight in the sky. Finn?
What? Yeah.
He raises his rifle in the air, yelling it to all who can hear. Finn continued.
We got company. Come and knock on our door.
Exterior Capitol Base Terminal Day. BB-8 reaches the Capitol base and plugs into the terminal. Interior First Order Capital Control Subspace Day. Rose receives the feed on her hacked CPU tower. The panel lights up with a flood of key codes. Rose.
attaboy.
Interior Eclipse Bridge space. The First Order fleet's taking a beating. Connix.
First Order forces are in retreat. Send more ships to the capital.
Leia smiles as relief washes over her. Leia into comm.
Oh, get down there.
Man, it is kind of a huge bum though. Like when you read the stuff between Connix and Leia, because you're like, that probably would have been really cool for them as mother and daughter to, like.
Oh, Connix is her daughter?
Yeah, Connix is.
Oh, I've been fucking that all up.
Yeah.
Some
Oh,
rando.
Dude, huh?
nothing is sacred.
See, in the
Rob.
military, a connix is the thing you keep all your equipment in. It's like
Yeah.
a tool shed. And so they have a thing called connix counseling, which is back in at least the 80s. They didn't do it by the time I was in, but they used to just take you in the connix and beat the shit out of you if like you were acting up.
Is that like the in Full Metal Jacket with the
Tower?
bars of soap?
Yeah, it's but like instead of that, the drill sergeant would do that too. So it's more like, you know, in Stripes when the drill sergeant takes Bill Murray into the bathroom and says,
Yeah.
take a shot, take a swing. The Connex would be like, it's some similar thing.
Got it. So Leia intercom.
Oh, get down there.
I just want him yelling Poe on my phone.
It turns out Admiral Akbar is actually like, "Hello, I'm Admiral Akbar. It's very nice to meet you." But when
the
he's
brain
but
alien.
but it's
or
the
gremlin.
it's the chair though. It has like, this is a really fucked up like.
Hello, I'm Graham Wellington. Not to speak to you today.
Well, see, it's got a SCOM terminal. When he sits down, it inserts itself into. See what I mean?
Whoa! I just had this really crazy revelation. If I'm right, is the fancy gremlin Death from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey?
No.
Okay.
No.
For some reason, because he's in that, right?
Yeah.
I thought he was the voice of that for some reason. Okay. Anyways,
No.
interior Millennium Falcon space. Poe steers the Falcon into a steep descent straight down. Poe.
Copy that.
The Falcon starts one long descent from space into the city. Poe takes out TIE hunters as he goes, firing
Yeah.
the Falcon's
Oh,
forward
yeah.
cannons
Oh, yeah.
until they jam dry.
That's what I'm talking about. The go Poe.
Jam dry, baby, jam dry. The ship dives into the canyon of buildings, leveling
It's a
out.
boulevard of broken dreams.
Oh fuck! A trajectory towards the legion of AT-MTs on the boulevard. The Falcon buzzes overhead of Poe and Chewbacca and crashes through the legs of the walkers, cutting the mechanical beast off at the knees, toppling them as it sparks on out into Monument Square. The ship grinds to a stop at the base of the Capitol. The
Take that, Saddam.
pile of fallen walkers and crash ships creates a barricade on the front steps. So it's just like the Falcons just crashing into walker
It's
legs.
literally the ending of Batman 89, bro.
Yeah.
When
Right
the
up on the
Batwing
step.
crashes into the front of the cathedral, right?
Yeah. Or it's little Revenge of the Sithy too, but with the small ship. I wonder if he says another happy landing. Anyways, interior First Order Capitol Day. Alarms blare. Commanding officers frantically prepare for departure. Hux eyes the crashed Falcon in the square below. Chancellor Hux.
Get my ice cream machine. Bomb the city. Decimate every last being.
Commander Tom Selleck.
Our forces are outnumbered, sir. Can't you see?
Hux realizes the tragic truth. He lost the Star Wars! He lost the Star Wars.
Did they jump up too when they wrote that? I mean,
Did he do the jump and the chest bump? Woo!
Dude, I don't know how I feel about these dudes. Like, I think I either like love them and they are the coolest guys ever.
no, they got up. They did the Peter Griffin Bird's work.
Yeah,
Bird,
that's why we
bird,
lost the
bird.
Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah. I like when,
Bird.
I prefer when Pee Wee does it in Back to the Beach.
Surfing Star Wars.
Interior Chancellor
You really
Hux.
lost the Star Wars.
God. Just don't give a fuck.
You know what, man? They were watching Game of the Thrones, right? The Game of the Thrones. So how Key and Peele of me, right?
Yeah.
The Game of the Thrones. But yeah, like when they were like, when you play the Game of Thrones, eventually you lose. That's what that is, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Did they say that in the last episode of Game of Thrones?
They say it in all the time. Like, but they say,
Really?
yeah, it's a line in Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Okay. Interior, Chancellor Hux's chamber, day. Hux storms into his lush chamber, goes to the collector's case, removes one of his prized vintage lightsabers. He activates it and
He's got
impels
Hot
him.
toys.
He's got velvet on the walls.
He has Mace Windu's lightsaber, you guys. He activates it and impels himself with the purple blade. Hux kneels, the glowing saber protruding from his chest, as First Order ships descend in smoke and fire out the window. So, yeah. I'm going to take that as being Mace Windu's lightsaber. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it
So-
got found somewhere on the floor of Coruscant? I'm wondering.
Yeah.
He just looks down. Huh.
Oh, that was purple this whole time, huh?
Anybody know what this is?
He's like, and then you hear a voiceover. This party's over.
I just picture Mr. Bean doing Teddy.
It is. I think that is kind of a cooler death for Hux, though. Him deciding he's lost and just going out like a bitch ass Nazi. You know.
But if he didn't do it when Snoke was killed, why would he do it now?
Yeah, well, I guess like now it's really over. When Snoke is killed, he thinks he can take power, and I'm guessing that the idea is that Hux knows he can't beat Kylo. So if Kylo's not dead, it's not happening. But also, if Kylo comes home, he's gonna get a spanking, and he's not gonna live through it. So I think
It's just, when you throw an Easter egg at a moment that's supposed to be someone's death, now you're not thinking about the death. You're just going, look, it's Mace. That's Mace. You know why he kills himself. No one's talking about what's actually going on. You know.
Well, I have a feeling though, like if it happened that way, no one would have your general audience wouldn't have known it was Mace. They would have went and looked on like Looper 10 things your shit brain didn't notice in episode 9.
Yeah, stupid. That's how I feel about whenever I see those things. Here's 3 things you didn't notice, Nimrod.
Yeah. Go back to school, you fucking idiot.
Here's all the movies you didn't appreciate when they made $100 million at the box office, dick.
Open your eyes.
Yeah, butt munch.
Interior Temple of Mortis night. Kylo counters Rey's every move. They are evenly matched, 2 sides of a coin, flame and shadow, fighting to the death. A vicious swing, and Kylo's lightsaber shatters at the hilt, destroyed, along with several fingers on his left hand.
Oh, shit.
I'll never shock her again.
Oh my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, damn.
Do you guys find it weird that in all of this, Kylo has never, in either version, done Sith lightning? Like, doesn't it seem like this would have been the place
Perfect
where
time for it.
we're considering what
He
they were
grows
going with?
electro fingers,
Yeah.
right? Like out of his stubs.
Because he doesn't have
reaches
any
out.
like bionic implants throughout the story. And anyways,
Would have
Yeah.
been a great moment to do some of that like animated like ghost stuff they did like on Poltergeist, right? Where he's got like a animated
You can slice
lightning
him,
hand.
you can dice him, but the Kylo man just keeps on coming.
the
looks
ShamWow of the stars.
did you guys know that the Shyamalan guy got his like nose bitten off by a prostitute?
Oh, really?
That's literally a scene from Batman Returns, right? Oh, it's Penguin.
He looks at it with disbelief, stumbles back towards the empty well of Mortis, falls to one knee. Rey stands over him, anger flowing. She separates her dual lightsaber, holds one blade pointed to Kylo's chest. Kylo is stunned by powerful being before him. She's almost glowing, unfathomable living force within. Kylo clenches his teeth, eyes furious, a rage like we haven't seen since Anakin. He reaches out the open palm of his hand and gets a good pegging, and extracts the living force from Rey as Tor Vallum taught him. She rises, energy flowing from her body into Kylo's hand as the life drains from her. She pulls her blindfold off and screams to the sky. Kylo stands tall, energized. His face has returned to normal, healed.
Respawn.
He pulls the iron plates off his skin. They fall away, healthy flesh underneath. Enter player 2. He looks beyond Rey to the empty well of Mortis. Kylo.
They were wrong, all of them. The power of this place, it can't be taken.
Rey.
Ben!
Kylo.
But it's nothing compared to you.
Nothing compares to you. Kylo, take.
Yeah.
I prefer the Prince version, not gonna lie. Kylo takes more from her. Rey is almost gone, drained of life. She summons all her strength, reaches out. With the last of herself, she offers him her hand. Rey.
Please.
You probably should have thought of that before you cut off my fingers, you heartless wench.
Interior.
Only
Eclipse.
the left hand.
You think he looks down at his digits and goes, yeah, no.
You used the
Yeah.
right.
So, interior Eclipse Destroyer Bridge space. Leia feels the disturbance. It pains her. Into the vastness of space, she says her son's name, Leia.
Ben?
Interior Temple of Mortis night. Then Kylo hears his mother's voice carried by the Force. Leia voiceover.
Ben.
He stops, hearing her, feeling her close. Leia voiceover continued.
Come back. Come home.
Something happens to Kylo when he hears his mother's voice.
Oh, no.
Chris Chan. Interior Eclipse Destroyer Bridge space. Leia speaks to her son through the Force. Leia.
Help.
Interior Temple of Mortis night. Kylo feels the very thing that destroyed Anakin, but doesn't make him feel weak. He looks at Rey's outstretched hand and takes it. The living force flows back into her. Both light and dark swirl within Rey as Kylo is reduced to an empty shell, a man without power, a frightened boy. Kylo and Rey collapse into one another, each propping the other up on their knees. Rey is close to him now, their foreheads touching. He is weak and spent, the last moments of his life. Kylo.
Solana?
Rey is stunned to hear her name, distant like a memory. Kylo continued.
Oh, yeah, it's your name. It's Rey. It's just Rey Solana. Yeah.
Solo and Organa put together. Very fucking creative, guys.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't stay up all night thinking of that. These
Just wanted you to know that before I slip off into the ether.
Hurry up.
Also, your middle name is Rey Nyan Akbaris Fortuna.
Your last name is Kurtz. It's Kurtz. Sorry.
Your name is Mick Kurtz.
You're really horrible at adjusting for inflation.
And you do a lot of coke.
It's a new force power. Yeah, you just and you're gonna make horrible Return of the Oz sequel things. Sorry. Thought you'd like to know.
Want the good news or the bad news? You don't make Return of the Jedi, but you make Return to Oz.
And you're definitely gonna grow some Lincoln burns. You're in the sequel trilogy, sequel, the double sequel. You're gonna get Lincoln stashes. That's what you're gonna do.
So Rey watches the light dim in his eyes, but it is light. Rey.
Goodbye, Ben.
With a look that could be perceived as love, Ben Solo dies. Rey releases her hold, collapses, barely alive herself. They fought to the death. Exterior Capitol steps sunset. Finn appears through smoke, bloodstained, dirty, a hero. Rafe and the other renegade stormtroopers behind him. Poe climbs out of the Falcon cockpit. Chewbacca helps him. Finn regards his old friend, amazed at his transformation. He spots a fallen resistance flag on the ground, picks it up, hands it to Finn. Finn takes the flag, climbs up the angled bow, whatever, of the crashed Midnight Oiler to the top of the barricade of the ships. Poe and Chewbacca scale it with him. Finn waves the flag for all to see. The ground. Yay! It's Finn Day, everybody! It's Finn Day!
Wait.
The ground shakes. They all look up at the First Order as the First Order Capitol leaves its moorings. Poe?
Everybody get...
A thunderous boom as the Capitol rises into the sky. Finn?
Rose is still in there.
Bye, Finn. The Finn spots BB-8 rolling towards them from the quaking base. Finn continued.
BB-8, where is she? She's in there,
down-
Finn.
She's downloaded her consciousness into BB-8. Now they are one. Interior, First Order Capital, Escape Pod Base Day. Rose races through the quaking capital. I almost said quacking. Checks a hand-drawn map on her hand. Rounds a corner towards a bay of escape pods.
She shocks herself. No one leaves.
Yeah.
No deserters.
It launches as the capital rises. A short trip before it crash lands onto the battlefield. Interior First Order Capital Command Deck Day. Commander Selleck looks down at the shrinking metropolis below. The massive structure cast a shadow above the city. Tom Selleck.
Ready for light speed.
Exterior First Order Capital Day. Finn rushes to Rose's crashed escape pod. Finn.
Rose!
Touches her face.
Are you okay?
Touches his hand affectionately. Rose.
I'm fine.
She looks up at the Capitol, backlit against the setting sun. That sounds kind of cool. Poe, Chewie, and BB-8 C-3PO follow her eyes. C-3PO.
They're getting away.
Finn.
Did you disable the hyperdrive?
Rose.
I couldn't figure it out.
Hope falls away. The war is lost. Rose continued.
So I made some adjustments to their nav computer. Without precise calculation, that thing could...
The Capitol jumps to light speed. The moment it vanishes, boom. It collides with a distant planet, killing thousands of innocent people. The impact is so massive, so galaxy shaking, it's visible for light years.
That was Naboo.
Rose, fly right into a star. Wait, I gotta say though, this is a much cooler end for Rose, and you know, at least they wrote Rose and had the balls to write Rose. Didn't watch YouTube videos and fucking cowered out on it.
Well, you don't want to just watching people ride horses on Star Destroyers?
With big floppy ears?
Dude, she doesn't even do that. She just fucking stays home.
I was almost expecting her to for them to give her the Cousin Eddie hat from, National Lampoon.
Yeah. Interior Eclipse Destroyer
This
space.
side of my head, but this side gets dented. My hair.
Yeah, the First Order just gets crazy.
Leia shields her eyes at the enormous explosion in deep space, pulsating in the starry twilight. A beacon of hope. Radio communications instantly cackle to life. A cacophony of voices fills the frequency waves, calling on their brethren to fight. Exterior Monument Square Day. Finn, Poe, Rose, Chewie, and the droids all look up, awed, inspired, and they can't celebrate. Not yet. He looks at Finn, speaking volumes. Finn.
You can feel it too.
Poe nods, affirming their connection. Rey is gone. Interior Temple of Mortis night. Rey lies flat on the stone. Silence. Light fills the space around her, particles of energy floating up. She rises with them. The light engulfs the frame until we reach a place beyond what we know, the astral plane. Glimmers of energy flicker like fireflies in darkness. Rey opens her eyes, clear again, unburdened. 3 of the distant glimmers grow larger than the others. She moves towards them. Luke, Yoda, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Rey.
Hello there. Is this death?
Obi-Wan.
In this place, there's no such thing as death.
Rey.
I can see.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, your true self is it's free of suffering, free of pain.
Yoda.
Taught us much you have.
Rey.
I've taught you.
Yoda.
Succeed where we have failed. Narrow was our point of view.
Luke.
Huh.
Chose to embrace the dark side and the light to find balance within.
Yoda.
What?
Coexist like the bumper stickers. They must. As such, feelings do in all of us.
Yeah, this is a bunch of bullshit.
Rey.
But if
Right.
I'm here with you,
Yoda.
A choice you must make to return or to remain.
Luke.
Oh, go hell.
Here, there is somewhat of a serenity, some knowledge, because I already have it all. Peace, those lost, but not forgotten, but who cares?
They literally did this in the He-Man cartoon. This is,
She looks beyond them at the shimmering flecks of energy. Ray,
And there,
Obi-Wan.
yeah, there you'll find a face a galaxy in turmoil. It's just pain. It's suffering. It's like being married to Marcia. The loss of those you love.
Yoda.
But living you will be, love you shall.
We hold on Ray's face as she considers the life she's yet to live and makes her decision. Ray.
thank you.
The spirits fade into the cosmic force as the light overwhelms us. Obi-Wan Kenobi's voice echoes. Obi-Wan?
You're a Jedi, Rey Solana. But apparently you're not going to be the last because this gravy train keeps on rolling.
Because Bob Iger's got a gambling habit, baby.
What?
It ain't quitting.
White
We got a quarterly report coming. We need to do this.
Exterior
I got paid in stock.
Exterior Coruscant Day. A resistance flag rises from the rubble at the site of the old capital. The cops
Good
are here.
timing.
Thousands of
Party
citizens
time.
fill the square free. Interior Ceremonial Hall Day. Heroes at attention. Leia Skywalker Organa, an elegant white Lando Calrissian and her top generals around her. Finn, Rose, Poe, and Chewie stand before Leia. She places medals of honor around their necks. BB-8 beeps excitedly at their feet. After 40 years of service, Chewie gets a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Adi-Wan already did that.
Exterior landing platform sunset. Leia looks down at the blue beacon bracelet once used to guide Rey back to safety, clenched tight in her hand. Finn and Rose stand by her side. Leia.
I can't feel her presence.
Finn bows his head. Neither can he. Leia continued.
But there's a calm I've never felt. Balance.
Finn.
That's her, Marty.
Leia smiles. BB-8 rolls up. Beeps to Rose and Finn. Rose.
Come on, we have work to do.
Leia approaches Poe and Chewbacca, also on their way. She places the beacon bracelet in Poe's hand. Poe?
Yeah, well, I'll never stop looking.
Chewbacca gives her a giant Wookiee hug. Leia?
Okay, easy.
Smothers her to death.
Finn approaches Poe, holding something under his arm. Finn?
Let me know what you find.
Poe?
Yeah, I will.
Finn hands Poe his old leather jacket. Finn?
For good luck.
Poe smiles, takes it, hugs him. Chewbacca growls. We follow Poe and Chewie
Smells
to
like chalupas.
to the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, these rappers doing in here.
Rebuilt to look better than it has in decades. It's a brand new Falcon. I imagine it would look like the one from Solo, maybe.
We call it the Millennium Falcon. I'm not gonna say it.
Interior.
Because that's what's getting down in this.
Dez is how you said it. Yeah.
Okay,
Millennium
Dez.
Falcon space. Poe flips switches in the cockpit. Poe.
Ready, Chewie?
He takes Rey's beacon and hangs it, replacing Han's dice.
Oh, shit. Chewbacca just chucks the dice out the window.
He's like, who cares?
That nigga.
Interior Leia's quarters night. Leia watches from her window as the Millennium Falcon jets off into the starfield. The Phantom Hawk rockets the other way into empty space. Leia checks on R2, still under construction. A repair droid works on rebuilding his destroyed frame. Leia?
How's he coming along?
C-3PO?
A quick cycle through his memory banks, and he'll be his old self again. I hope.
Leia?
He'll be fine, 3PO.
C-3PO?
I can't imagine what I'd do without him. I know he's stubborn, but
Leia?
I know.
Leia picks up R2's intact memory drive rescued by BB-8. She inserts it into R2, reminiscent of the first time we saw Princess Leia with a droid. Give me a fucking break, you guys. R2 beeps to life. As his files catalog into chronological order, he projects the contents of his memory banks, and we witness their adventure over 60 years. All the droids' perspectives. Luke buying 3PO from the Jawa. Obi-Wan giving Luke his father's lightsaber. R2 flying through the Death Star trench. Han getting his medal on Yavin. Yoda lifting the X-Wing from the swamp.
The time she kissed her brother.
The time she kissed her brother. Leia and Han outside the bunker on Endor. Leia is taken aback by the flood of memories. It is a catharsis for her and for us. She takes a deep breath. Leia continued.
Thank you, R2.
Leia leaves them alone. R2 beeps affectionately. Exterior, Leia's balcony night. Leia steps outside, looks up at the field of stars. He looks at the vastness of space. A star falls. It gives her peace. Exterior, Modesto Day. Modesto, where George Lucas grew up.
Yeah,
Come on.
well, yes. Hey, what are you gonna
That's
do?
where my stepdad lives. It's only like 30. It's only like 20
Yeah.
miles.
I named
from
a
here.
planet Camino. Yeah, was
A
this or
a serene
DeLorean? I mean,
sun-draped ranch surrounded by rolling green fields of tall grass. Smoke curls from the chimney. Interior homestead day. Finn sits with a circle of young kids, 6 through 11, in his sun-drenched
the
cabin.
Neverland Ranch.
A fire crackles as he finishes the story. Finn. And the light could be all that. No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Blanket Skywalker is my boy,
Yeah.
and the light could be seen all over the galaxy in every system. Rey gave us all hope.
A little girl 7 looks confused. Little girl.
But how do you know she's really gone?
Finn.
I don't think she's gone. I believe.
Finn eyes rose, seated at a wood table. Parts of a droid's motivator spread out in front of her. She smiles. Finn continued.
I believe someday she'll come back. And when she does, we'll be here waiting. All of us. Not just me and my girlfriend. Just me.
The kids smile relieved. They like that ending. Finn continued.
All right, go on. Get out of here.
The kids leap up and run into the daylight. Finn rises with them and follows the last one out. Modesto Day. Exterior. The children race about the pasture. Date is among them. So is the broom boy from Canto Bight. They race around a Nerf foal, trying to hook a ring around its tiny horns. BB-8 races with them, beeping excitedly. The little girl hooks it. The ring flies back through the air into her hand. These children are force sensitive. Finn and Rose have built a refuge for force sensitive youth to live a life they never had. Finn steps onto the porch, leans against a post. The twin sunsets, washes his face. Something in the sunset changes his wistful expression, unclear, but it soon becomes a realization, a tremor in the force. Interior, Millennium Falcon, deep space. Poe
This
and
movie
Chewie
doesn't fucking end, bro.
in the
Like,
Falcon at
I
light.
know, man.
Is this Lord of the fucking Rings? The beacon hanging from the dash suddenly begins to glow. Chewie roars. Poe sees it, eyes wide. Poe?
Huey, we missed it. Turn the ship around.
Poe.
I know. Just turn it around.
Exterior, Modesto Day. Finn notices the glimmer of light in the distance. He steps forward to get a closer look. Rose joins him, shielding her eyes from the sun. A figure blurs on the horizon, a familiar silhouette, dirty, ragged, walking out a long time. BB-8 rolls forward, beeps excitedly. The kids hear the droid, stop their game, look up. On the horizon, Rey Solana. Her eyes are restored, only a faint scar runs across her forehead. The kids run toward her, joined by BB-8, who was faster. Rey walks on towards the homestead. Here, she will train a new generation of Jedi and pass down what she has learned. That only an understanding of the balance within can lead to peace and justice in the galaxy. The end. So there we go, guys. Guys, I have to go pick up my kids from school. I am about to be a minute late, but tomorrow we will go into some analysis of this, our thoughts and feelings about the whole thing. I hope to hear from you guys too. And then we will also break
I
down.
thought it was brilliant. I think more of this. Yeah.
I'll bust out my notes from the second draft and we'll get into that there. Okay. So that is the plan, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. And thanks again for sticking with us on this ridiculous reading, and good job, thespians.
It's not about spaceships.
The Duel of the Fates.